Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. It is Thursday. Again, thank you for some grace yesterday. I have some kind of, I don't know, cold, allergies. I have no idea what's going on, but I have a horrible, horrible cough. So I would like to apologize in advance if by chance I do start coughing. My apologies. I don't mean to. I've taken plenty of medication, so I'm hoping that I just don't start coughing on you. Anyways, this is Thursday, and we are going to be doing our Caring Leaves. It's a virtual card class. I'm going to show you how to make 4 really pretty autumn cards. You are absolutely going to love it. So let's get started here. I see we have a couple people on already. Again, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Please, if you would, like, love, share my video. Let people know about this video and that I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'd love to help them out in any way I can. So we will start with our first card. But before we do, Caring Leaves, it's a very sweet stamp set. I believe it's like only $17, if I'm not mistaken. There's no die set or punch that goes with it. Very easy to cut out, and I'll show you how we're going to be doing that. But very sweet, very simple, and it's going to make some gorgeous cards. So let's get started. All right, so we'll put this over here. All right, our first card, we're going to be using some pecan cardstock. It's just our basic cardstock size, 8.5 by 5.5. Fold it in half. All right, our card will be going this way. Took another piece and then I embossed it with a brand new embossing folder, Forever Plaid. Very cool, you can see the texture, pretty awesome. And we are going to start our layers on this. Next, we have some Pretty Peacock, and then we have our basic white. All the rest of the measurements are in the tutorial. You can get this class for free if at the end you find that you like it. All right, here we go. Sorry again. Sorry about that. All right. So you can get this card class for free. I have all the details in the description. Simply place an order at my online store for $35. As soon as you do that, I get an email and I will zip out a class out to you the very next day. So with that said, let's get going here. We'll open up this. Now we want to grab some stamps. So we're going to be using these leaves right here. I believe these are, I could say, oak leaves. So we also need a piece of scrap paper. You can see I've already been using it. This is two-step stamping with a stamp off. Sounds a little confusing, but you'll see what I'm talking about. So we're going to need our pecan pie and our Pretty Peacock. We will start with our Pretty Peacock. Okay. So it's the same leaf, but if you look, one is the outline and the other is the inside of the leaf. Okay. So we're going to start with our outline, and we want this at full strength. So tap, 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 tap. Don't mush it in. And we're just going to stamp right in the center, just like that. We'll clean that off. Now, we'll grab the inside part of the leaf. Tap, tap, tap. This is the stamping off. So we're going to stamp off. And now we're going to go to our image here. And there we go. So Some people call it first generation ink and second generation ink. I call it Stampin' Off. You just tap it in the ink, tap off on your scrap paper, and put it on your image. This way you get a lighter color. All right, we're going to use these same two stamps, but different colors. So let's close this up. Again, we'll go with our outline. I'll put one going this direction. We're going to do two of the same color. And we'll do one right here. All right, so let's clean this off. And let's put our inside colors in. And we want the same color. Tap, tap, tap. Stamp off. And line it up. I don't know if I lined that up very well. That works. All those little bumps, that'll all dry out and it'll look fabulous. I don't know why you get those little bumps. I'm not sure. Stamp off. And now we line it up. Just like that. Clean this off. Very cute stamp set. Very simple. So to reach your $35, you could grab a couple ink pads of some various fall colors. You could grab the stamp set and probably a pack of ribbon or embellishments, and you'll hit your $35, no problem. All right, yeah, and let's attach our white to our other paper here. All right, whoop. Getting towards the end of this one, I'm probably gonna have to change it soon. And we'll just line this up. All right, all nice and stuck. Now we're going to grab some of this pretty peacock ribbon. This is a new ribbon that we have. It's finally back in stock. It had been out for a little while, but it is back. So you could get this ribbon if you'd like. But if you get the kit, you will get ribbon to complete your cards. So we're just going to tie a knot. You could do a bow if you wanted, but I just wanted something simple. We're just going to do a knot, a double knot. And I usually pull mine a little tighter so your paper curls just a tad, because it's going to lay flat after your knot. I just want to make sure I have it tight enough. There we go. See how that lays flat? All right, we'll push this down. And let's trim this up. And now you will have until Sunday to place your order to get this kit for free. I guarantee you will love it. I see we have a few more ladies on here. Again, thank you so much for joining me. It makes my heart very happy. All right, we're going to grab some dimensionals and start putting things together. I'm going to grab 4. Now, I'm attaching my dimensional to the cardstock and to the ribbon to help keep it from sliding around, if in fact it would start to do that. All right, and we'll just put this right in the center, but we're going to go up just a little bit. There we go. And now let's add this to our card base. We'll use some more dimensionals. Love dimensionals. Here I am looking for them. They're literally right in front of me. And just center this. Beautiful. Now we need our sentiment. So I have some more pieces here. This will be our inside because the inside of the cardstock is quite dark. You could stamp on here if you would like to. And I do not usually, because people like to write a lot in their cards. But what I am going to do is I'm going to take a piece of this designer series paper. Isn't that cute? Love it. And we're going to have the check side showing. Simple strip. And there we go. Now our sentiment. Going to use, let's see, which one am I going to use? You're simply the best. Now I like to lay my photopolymer stamps just flat, and then I pick them up with my block. Use the pecan pie. Tap, tap, tap. Don't need anything super mushed down. Don't need to press super hard, otherwise your letters get all blurry and funky. Alright. So, let's close this. So if you've watched my videos before, you know sometimes an open stamp pad goes epically wrong. Alright, flip this over. Now I'm going to put my dimensionals because I want to place this like right about here. So I don't want to put it on the ribbon because otherwise it's going to be tippy. So I'm going to put them towards the bottom. If you feel you need a little extra adhesive, feel free. But I just want this to rest right about there. And here is our first card. Now you could go ahead and add some rhinestones or some gems or pearls or something, but I think it's just nice and sweet just as it is. All right, so here's our first card. Let's go to the second card. Grab something to drink real quick. All right, so we're going to take our crumb cake, fold it in half. Now sometimes your cardstock has little imperfections in it, and that's perfectly fine. On this card, no one is even going to see it. All right, so we have some layers here. So let's start with some stamping. So we need our scrap paper. And we'll just put that right here because we're going to be stamping off the edges. All right, so we're going to stamp just like we did before. And let's see, I want to use, okay. Excuse me. Cajun Craze. Wild wheat. Pumpkin. And I need my old olive. Where's that? There we go. And let's start stamping. All right, we're going to start with our outlines. Excuse me. Do the orange or the pumpkin pie. Excuse me. Oh, no, I don't want the orange again. I want, what color do I want? Let me put this away before, oh, you know what, one more, but let's do it with the other one. Here we go. Stamp off, line it up, beautiful. Now we're done with orange. Let's do some old olive. Turn our paper. So we're stamping off onto the scrap paper. Stamp off. If you forget to stamp off, not the end of the world. Just like that. I'm done with the green. Do some wild wheat. Stamp off. There we go. Clean this off. And I want some yellow to kind of brighten it up. So let's put this away. We're not going to use the Cajun Craze. We'll do one Cajun Craze, just because we can. There we go. Stamp off. There we go. So let's use some crushed curry for the last one. And let's see. Use this one. Move this over. There we go. Stamp off. There we go. All right. This is just a fun set to play with. All right, so let's move this over, get rid of our scrap paper. And I have to grab my trimmer. All right, so now we are going to cut 1.5 inch strips. So here's 1.5. There's one. There is 2 and 3. So you want to put them in order. All right, so now let's grab our other pieces so we have some place to put these. Okay, so here's some more of that designer paper. Here's some early espresso, and we're going to attach these two. One is the designer paper is slightly smaller. All right, now we're going to put these pieces on. Now what I like to do is just put a little bit of glue in the center. I start with my center because I want to be able to lift it up if I need to. that. And all right, see that center one I have to lift up a little bit. Take that off. And I can add more adhesive because I know exactly where it's going. This one I'm going to move up just a tad. All right. Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. And some dimensionals. And just right in the center. And we'll stamp our sentiment. All right. And let's see, we'll use the early espresso ink. There we go. And you don't want to mush, otherwise your letters get all jumbly. And we'll trim this and put this on our card. All right, almost forgot, we need our linen thread. So we're going to put a little background of linen thread. So I'm going to be putting it right about here. So I'm just going to put a little adhesive to help hold it down. So you're going to hold the linen thread in your hand. You're going to separate your fingers a little bit and just go around, and then we'll trim. Grab it in the middle. Come on, get off my finger. And we'll lay it down on that adhesive. Now, it's not going to go anywhere. It shouldn't. Whoops. Get out there. All right, and we'll put this right in the center. And here is card number 2. Isn't that pretty? All right. So we have that. And let's go on to card number 3. Now, I have done a little bit of this ahead of time, so you didn't need to see me stamp and cut and all that fun stuff. So we're just going to fold our cardstock in half. We have the same folder that we've die cut. So you could have your things out or in the humps. Now, I like to do all 4 sides on this one because it is embossed. It doesn't lay as flat, so you have to kind of help it along. All right, so put this right on top, just like that. And we'll put some adhesive on here. This is going on the inside of our card. Just like that. All right. stamped and cut out a bunch of these leaves for sake of time. All right, now we are going to stamp our sentiment and get that on there. Just right in the center, just like that. Clean it off. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing with our linen thread. So we're going to put a little shloop of glue, technical term, it's a shloop. All right, so we're going to take some of this, we're going to do the same thing, and hold it in our hands, spread the fingers a little bit for as wide as you would like, and then cut. Pull it together, and then we will put it this direction this time. And you can always play with it how you want it to lay. All right, in the center. Now that doesn't look so great now, does it? But we are going to add our leaves. So let's see here. We're going to use our liquid glue because I want the ability to slide them in. You don't need a whole lot. We're just going to slide these in just like that. And let's see, let's put this guy down here. Now you want to tuck them in far enough where you're not seeing this part. There we go. Oh. And remember, a little bit of this glue goes a long way. Go. Take the orange one, scooch that in here, maybe. There we go. We could slide this guy over just a tad. There we go. And let's get this one in here. And you want to make sure it's even up with the edge of the card so it fits nice in your envelope. All right. This was a very quick card. So when you get your stamp set, you can go ahead and like stamp a bunch of different leaves and cut them out so that when you're putting your cards together, they're already done for you. So you could also embellish this with some really nice gems or pearls. And here is card number 3. All right, our last card. I really, really, really like this card. I think this card is so stinking cute. All right, got a lot of bits and pieces here. So the paper that I'm using is the Sweet Days of Autumn Designer Series paper. Super duper cute. All right. Cardstock, scored it in the half, on the half. And then again at the, I believe it was the 2-inch mark. I'm just going to fold on these score lines. So our card is going to go this way. All right, let's start with the inside of the card and get that completed. So we're going to pull from the bottom of our pile here. So we have our white. We'll just add that. Start basic white. There we go. And we have some more of that designer paper. right to the edge. There we go. Now we are going to put, we have some of these really cute trees. Look at the little deer, little fox, porcupine. Isn't that cute? Use these trees. We're going to put them right here. And now this is going to be for a gift card. So it is the holiday season and a lot of gift cards will be going out. So I have a 1.5-inch punch. I don't think this is available anymore. I'm not 100% sure. You might be able to find it on the clearance rack. You can go ahead and use the Stylish Shapes dies and die cut a circle. For the sake of time, I'm just using this. And you're going to cut your circle right in the middle, but you're only going to cut like half. All right. And then we will take some of our adhesive, some liquid glue. A little goes a long way. I'm not using the tape runner because I want a thin little bit of glue. Okay, because the gift cards are wider sometimes. All right, we're just going to close this. Oops, just like that. I'm just going to hold it down for a couple seconds. All right, and you'll be able to slide a gift card in there once it dries. So this is the inside of our card. Just fold this over because now we're going to decorate the other side, the front. Let me just push that down a little more. There we go. So now we have all this wonderful designer paper. So I'm going to take the squares again and I'm going to put them just right on the front. So if you would like to get this card kit, you can. You can get this card kit for free. Free is good. Just simply spend $35 at my online store and I will send you this card kit for free. You'll get to make all 4 cards. Everything is included with the exception of the stamp set and the ink. So, like I said, I believe this was like $17 if I'm not mistaken. So you could get that, a couple stamp pads, some embellishments, but otherwise you are going to get everything that you need. So we're going to take this and put some adhesive on the back. Attach it here. There we go. Now we want to attach it to the front of the card. Okay, but we don't want this side to stick. So we're only going to put adhesive on this half. There we go. Awesome. All right, let's stamp our sentiment. And we'll do that in the early espresso as well. Tap, 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 tap. Right in the center. And we're done with this one. And let's add our dimensionals. Now we are not done yet. All right, I need a little piece of scrap. So here's our scrap. And we are going to stamp one more leaf And let's do the Cajun Craze. I think this color got shortchanged this time around. Don't want it to feel bad. I know, weird. All right. There we go. We got that. And we need our center, and we're going to stamp off on that scrap paper. Stamp off. And now let's fill it in. There we go. All right, let's trim this out. All right, this goes really quick. You don't need to worry too much about the bottom because you're not going to see it. So we're just going to cut. You always want to leave a little bit of a space. You do not want to cut directly on that line. So how do you all feel about fussy cutting? Do you like doing this kind of cutting, or do you prefer the dies? Do you prefer a punch? Let me know. Put your thoughts in the comments. For me, I guess it just depends on what the project is and how much is there to cut. All right, put a little adhesive down here. I'll try way more adhesive than I needed. All right, but we will slide this under here, just like that. Now we're going to take our linen thread. All right, and we are going to tie just a bow, just a little bow. You could do a double one if you want. I'm just going to do a simple little bow. Okay, that went wrong. Let's try it again. Just like that, twist it around. I know some people do the bunny ears. I can't get a grip on the bunny ears, so I just do it like I'm tying my shoe. All right, so I'll pull this down. I just want a little bow. I don't want anything ginormous. All right, flip that over. Perfect. We'll cut these. We will grab a mini glue dot wherever I have put. There we go. I have glue all over my hands. Put that right there. A lot of glue. All right, now we'll take this and just put that right over there. All right, so here is card number 4. Super cute. I really like it. I really enjoyed playing around with this set. So let's pull out the cards that we did. So there's these two. Let's put them right up there. And then we have these two. I'll put that here. There we go. So aren't these cards just the cutest? Very sweet, simple. You can knock these out in no time flat. The stamp set is very simple, but I mean, as you can see, you can create some really beautiful cards. You can always change out the papers, the designer paper. So I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you all for joining me. I will probably jump back on Saturday. I kind of want to show you some of the new designer series papers that are out with the new mini catalogs. So come on back on Saturday as I kind of go through some of it. I also want to show you some of the new scrapbook kits. Stampin' Up! Is getting more into scrapbooking. So we're going to be doing some classes with that, but they have some prepackaged classes just like our kits for cards. They have kits for scrapbooking. And I just kind of want to show you what they look like and how they